alcohols containing only one OH group present per molecule. For example, methanol or methyl alcohol, ethanol or ethyl alcohol. Carbonyl compound. Carbonyl compound means the compound having C double bond O compound. When ketones are reduced by using hydrogen in the presence of nickel catalyst gives secondary alcohol. Hello students, I am Ramya, lecturer in chemistry from Vidhyaashram, the Temple of Excellence. Today we are going to discuss a chapter, alcohol, phenols and ethers. So before going to actual topic, we must know the weightage of this chapter according to Karnataka PU board. Today we are going to discuss some of the topics from this chapter, that is definition of alcohol, classification of alcohol, nomenclature of alcohol, structure of alcoholic functional group and the methods of preparation of alcohol. So come to the definition of alcohol. So alcohols are the derivatives of hydrocarbons in which one or more hydrogen atom is replaced by hydroxyl groups. They have the general formula ROH, R, Cn, H2n plus 1. One hydrogen is replaced by OH group. Here R represented alkyl group and N is to be 1, 2, 3 etc. So the number of alkyl group. Next topic is classification of alcohol. So we can classify the alcohol by different methods. So based on the first method is based on the number of OH group present in a molecule. Alcohols are classified as monohydric, dihydric alcohols, monohydric alcohols, dihydric alcohols, trihydric alcohols and polyhydric alcohols. Come across to the monohydric alcohols first. Alcohols containing only one OH group present per molecule. For example, methanol or methyl alcohol, ethanol or ethyl alcohol. So here if we consider methane, here in the methane one hydrogen is replaced by OH group. So only presence of one OH group by replacing one hydrogen. So it is said to be monohydric alcohol. Then come across to the dihydric alcohol. Alcohols containing two OH group per molecules. The next topic is trihydric alcohols. Alcohols containing 3 OH group per molecule. So here if we consider propane, in the propane 3 hydrogen get replaced by 3 OH group. It is said to be glycerol. Then we pass on to the polyhydric alcohol. Next method is, so alcohols containing more than 3 hydroxyl group called polyhydric alcohol. So more than 2. So here how many OH group is present? 6 OH group. So it is said to be sorbitol. Next we pass on to the classification of monohydric alcohol. Monohydric alcohol further classified into 3 groups, that is based on the number of alkyl group present in the particular classification. Number 1 primary alcohol, 2 secondary alcohol and 3 tertiary alcohol. Monohydric alcohol further classified based on the hybridization of carbon atom to which hydroxyl group is attached. In this class of alcohol, OH group attached to the sp3 hybridization. Do you know about sp3 hybridization? So in the case of sp3 hybridization, carbon attached by 4 atoms, or only the single bond is present in the carbon, it is said to be sp3 hybridized. Come across to the primary alcohol, it can also call it as first degree alcohol, alcohol in which hydroxyl group attached to the primary carbon. What is primary carbon? So primary carbon means presence of 2 hydrogen with 1 alkyl group and 1 OH. So it is said to be primary alcohol. So only if the compound containing only 1 alkyl group, alkyl may be methyl, ethyl, propyl, butyl, whatever it is. So it is said to be primary alcohol. Come across to the secondary alcohol, alcohols in which hydroxyl group is attached to the secondary carbon atom. So in the case of secondary carbon atom, we have 2 alkyl group with 1 hydrogen and 1 OH group. It is said to be secondary alcohol. Carbon atom to which hydroxyl group attached contains only 1 hydrogen atom is called secondary carbon atom. Tertiary alcohols, alcohols in which hydroxyl group is attached to the carbon atom containing 3 alkyl organic groups are called tertiary alcohol. So here if we consider methane, 3 hydrogen get replaced by alkyl group, that is methyl group. Here alkyl is represented as R, R1, R2 and R3. So all the 3 hydrogen get replaced by methyl group. It is said to be tertiary butyl alcohol. The general formula is R1, R2, R3 with OH. Next, classification of alcohol based on the hybridization. Compounds containing OH group on sp3 hybridized carbon atom, that is allylic alcohol. These are the alcohols in which the OH group is attached to sp3 hybridized carbon atom. So here this is sp3 hybridized carbon atom attached by 4 atoms. It is said to be sp3 hybridized carbon atom. Next to the carbon-carbon double bond, here observe here. So this sp3 hybridized carbon atom present next to the carbon having double bond are called allylic alcohol. Example, prop 2-ene-1-al. This is prop because of the presence of 1, 2, 3 carbon. It is said to be prop 2-ene. So in the carbon number 2 there is a double bond. It is said to be 2-ene, and at the carbon number 1 presence of OH group, that is 1-al. Prop 2-ene-1-al. The next example is 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 4 carbon atom, that is but group. Presence of double bond at the carbon number 3 is said to be 3-but-ene. At the carbon number 2 alcohol is present. We can use the suffix ol, 3-butene-2-al. The next example is 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have 4 carbon atom, that is but group is present. Presence of double bond at the carbon number 3 and presence of methyl group at carbon number 2, 2-methyl, 3-butene. At carbon number 2 OH is present, that is 2-methyl, 3-butene, 2-al. So next classification is benzylic alcohol. So in the case of benzylic alcohol, instead of alkyl group, here OH group is attached. OH group is attached to sp3 hybridized carbon atom. next to the aromatic ring. So OH group is attached, carbon atom next to the aromatic ring. This is aromatic ring. Example, benzyl alcohol, 1-phenethanol. 1-phenethanol. That means in the case of ethyl group, one of the hydrogen is replaced by benzene ring, so that we call it as 1-phenyl ethanol. Next example, that is 2-phenyl 2-propanol. 2-phenyl 1,2,3 2-propanol. Because of the presence of 3 carbon, we can say it as prop. At the carbon number 2, OH is present. It is mentioned to be 2-prop. Suffix for alcohol, that is OL, 2-propanol. Classification of alcohol based on the hybridization, that is OH group is attached to the sp2 hybridized carbon. Compounds containing OH group on sp2 hybridized carbon atom. In that, the first classification is vinylic alcohol. Alcohol in which OH group is attached to the sp2 hybridized carbon atom of the carbon-carbon double bond. For example, OH attached carbon containing carbon-carbon double bond. So directly attached to the sp2, this is sp2 hybridized carbon. This OH is directly attached to the sp2 hybridized carbon. Aryl alcohol. In aryl alcohol, OH group attached are bonded to the sp2 hybridized carbon of the aromatic ring. So this is sp2 hybridized carbon. OH is directly attached to the sp2 hybridized carbon. It is said to be aromatic ring. So aromatic ring means what? The presence of at least one benzene ring. This is benzene ring. OH is directly attached to the benzene ring of the carbon, sp2 hybridized carbon. Common and IUPAC name of some alcohols. So next we pass on to the common and IUPAC name of some alcohol. The compound first, CH3OH, that is methyl group is present, alcohol group is present, is said to be commonly methyl alcohol, that is IUPAC name methanol. We have 3 carbon here, that means it is said to be prop. Straight chain is present, we can use a prefix N. N-propyl alcohol. Because this is propyl group, one of the hydrogen is replaced by OH in propane. Propyl alcohol, N-propyl alcohol, common name, IUPAC name is propan-1-ol. In this example, we have branched OH group. It is said to be isopropyl alcohol. IUPAC name is propan-2-ol because OH group is attached to carbon number 2. Then, so here butyl group is present because of the presence of 4 carbon and 1 OH is attached to the carbon number 1. Because of the presence of straight chain, commonly we call it as N-butyl alcohol. In IUPAC name, butane-1-ol. In the next example, we have 4 carbon, that is butyl group is present and OH group is attached to the carbon number 2 and this is branched chain. For branched chain, we call it as, this is secondary carbon, secondary butyl alcohol. We can call it as secondary butyl alcohol. The IUPAC name is presence of 4 carbon, we can say it as butane At the carbon number 2, OH is present, that is 2 suffix because of the presence of OH, that is ol, butane 2-ol. In the next example, it is said to be isobutyl alcohol or 2-methyl propan 1-ol. 2-methyl propyl 1-ol. Next we pass on to the another topic, structure of alcoholic functional group. In alcohol, the oxygen atom of the OH group is attached to the sp3 hybridized carbon. This is sp3 hybridized carbon by a sigma bond formed by the overlap of sp3 hybrid orbital of carbon with a sp3 hybrid orbital of oxygen atom. So this figure illustrates the presence of 2 pair of lone pair electron on oxygen and it is having 2 bond pair electron. It shows slight less tetrahedral angle because we have a sp3 hybridized carbon. The bond angle is 109 degree 28 minutes. Here we found that only 108.5 degree because of the lone pair and bond pair repulsion on oxygen. Next we pass on to the next topic, that is methods of preparation. There are many methods of preparation. So we are going to discuss now methods of preparation from alkenes. The first method is by acid catalyzed hydration. Alkene undergo acid catalyzed. Here we are going to add acid reacts carbon-carbon double bond in the presence of water or dilute water and dilute H2SO4, that means dilute sulfuric acid. To produce alcohol, addition of an acid catalysis needed to allow the reaction to proceed at measurable rate. In the case of unsymmetrical alkenes, this is unsymmetrical alkenes. So carbon, if we take 2 halves, we get different number of carbon at each side. It is said to be unsymmetrical alkenes. Addition of water to the double bond accordance with Markovnikov's rule. That means here the OH group is attached to the carbon containing double bond, that is 2 propanol and 1 propanol. Next method, by the hydroboration oxidation reaction. Alkenes reacts with diborane to give trialkyl borane which on oxidation using hydrogen peroxide. So here hydrogen peroxide used as oxidizing agent. This reaction is called hydroboration reaction. For example, propan 1-ol is produced by the hydroboration oxidation reaction of propene. In this reaction, propene reacts with diborane in tetrahydrofuran, that is THF, to form trialkyl borane as an addition product. This addition product is oxidized to alcohol by hydrogen peroxide in the presence of aqueous sodium hydroxide. So this is propene. When we add diborane to this propene, gives an addition product trialkyl borane which on oxidation in the presence of hydrogen peroxide with aqueous sodium hydroxide, we get propan 1-ol. Next method of preparation is from carbonyl compound. Carbonyl compound means the compound having C double bond O compound. By the hydrogenation of aldehydes and ketones. What do you mean by hydrogenation? Addition of hydrogen. That means we are going to add hydrogen, that is reduction process. Reduction can be done by two methods, that is by passing hydrogen gas in the presence of catalysts like platinum, palladium or nickel, or by using strong reducing agent called lithium aluminum hydride. So in this case, aldehyde reacts with hydrogen in the presence of palladium, platinum or nickel gives primary alcohol. Reduction of aldehyde in the presence of catalyst gives primary alcohol. So if we take the example of propanaldehyde, gives respective alcohol, that is propanol. When ketones are reduced by using hydrogen in the presence of nickel catalyst, gives secondary alcohol. So remember students, when aldehyde on reduction gives primary alcohol, when ketone on reduction gives secondary alcohol. Example, acetone reduced with hydrogen in the presence of nickel gives isopropyl alcohol, that is secondary alcohol. Another example is pentane 3-one gives pentane 3-ol by reduction of carboxylic acid. So when carboxylic acid are reduced by strong reducing agent, as I told earlier, so carboxylic does not undergo reduction easily. Here we are going to add a strong reducing agent, that is lithium aluminum hydride in the presence of THF tetrahydrofuran. The presence of acid gives primary alcohol. For example, if we take acetic acid, here I am going to replace only the alkyl group by methyl group. That means R group by methyl group gives ethanol. So if we take propanoic acid in the presence of strong reducing agent lithium aluminum hydride and THF gives propan 1. The next method of preparation is from Grignard reagent. So Grignard reagent is a very important reagent, alkyl magnesium halide, that is RMgX. When Grignard reagent is treated with aldehyde or ketone, an addition product, that is magnesium salt, are obtained or formed. This product on hydrolysis gives alcohol. For example, so if we take when aldehyde reacts with Grignard reagent in the presence of ether, gives addition product magnesium salt, which on acidification gives secondary alcohol. If ketone reacts with Grignard reagent in the presence of ether, it also gives an addition product of magnesium salt, which on acidification gives tertiary alcohol. Remember students, aldehyde reacts with Grignard reagent in the presence of ether, gives addition product of magnesium salt, which on acidification gives secondary alcohol. Ketone reacts with Grignard reagent in the presence of ether, gives a magnesium salt, which on acidification gives tertiary alcohol. Only formaldehyde when reacts with Grignard reagent gives primary alcohol. This is our addition product, gives primary alcohol. If acetaldehyde reacts with Grignard reagent in the presence of ether, gives isopropyl alcohol. This is also primary or secondary? Yes, secondary alcohol. When ketone reacts with Grignard reagent, gives tertiary butyl alcohol, that is tertiary alcohol. These are all the examples of methods of preparation of alcohol from Grignard reagent. So this are all general reaction and this is particular example for each reaction. In the next session, we are going to discuss physical properties of alcohol and chemical properties of alcohol. Thank you.